Welcome back to Board Games, and this month we'll be headed to the racetrack, reviewing the board game based on the granddaddy of arcade superscalers, Sega's Turbo. Unleashed on arcades in 1981, Turbo was a fast-paced F1-style racer, but had more of a rally race feel to it. You just kept going forward, not on a fixed track, and the environment changed as you progressed, including night and ice sections. The cabinet itself had 3 variations, but the most common was a stand-up with a vertically oriented display showing the top 5 scores to the left in standalone LCD indicators. The rest included your standard steering wheel, a shifter for low and high gear, and a gas pedal to accelerate. This was the first game to use what would later be called SuperScaler technology, something that would evolve over the years starting from its immediate successor Buck Rogers' Planet of Zoom, known as Zoom 909 in Japan, through the likes of Space Harrier and Outrun, ending with the System 32 board in 1994 and the shift to polygon-based platforms. Turbo only had 2 officially released console ports, to the Intellivision and ColecoVision. The ColecoVision version shown here had a steering wheel attachment, a pedal, and ingeniously used the second controller as the shifter. An Atari 2600 version was in the works, but was still incomplete when the lead programmer suffered serious injury when struck by a vehicle while on his bike. In the same year as those console ports, 1983, Milton Bradley ported the game to the tabletop. You might think that a racing game wouldn't translate too well to a board game, but they definitely knew what they were doing here. Each player gets their own vehicle, and an additional service vehicle is placed on a tile to start as well. To move along the board, you spin not 1 but 2 spinners on this mock-up of a race car's instrument panel. After spinning, you can choose which of the results to use for moving your own vehicle, but the other spinner must be used to move either another racer's machine or the service vehicle. You're only allowed to move forward or diagonally forward, well, most of the time, we'll get to that, and you can't occupy the same spot as either another racer or one of the car icons on the game board. You can use these to block opponents into immobility or force them to take the outer line of the curve, which requires more spaces to cross. There are various hazards, such as a narrowing path or the ice section on which cars can move directly sideways, but the basic premise is still first across the finish line wins. In the game I played, Dan ended his turn just short of the finish line. Jenny used her turn to move herself, again just short, but also moved me within striking distance. On my last turn I got a lucky spin of 6 and crossed the finish line. Then, just to be a dick, I used my other spin to move Jenny across, leaving Dan in 3rd place. Hey, gotta look out for my sis. All in all, it was a great game, and we even discussed making tiles that could be put together for a large variety of tracks, as well as new hazards like dirt, where you could only move diagonally. Lots of room for more creativity here if you're so inclined. That's it for our look at the games based on the arcade hit Turbo. Have you played any of these versions? Let me know in the comments below or on Twitter at TesseractUnfold. Meanwhile, like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll catch you all again next week.